I feel like this app might be a breeding ground for men who don't have any commitment.
Now, I'm trying to find a Malteser with bare skills. Do you see what I'm saying?
It's not for the weak-hearted. If you got a paper heart, yeah, and a fragile ego, don't go on these apps unless you are outstanding looking like me. Let's not speak on that.
Everything is permissible, yeah, when a girl likes you.
That's what the BBC do. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Family Podcast with your two favorite brothers. My name's Sammy.
My name is Don.
And this is the home of the ultimate family guys, where we give you tips and tools to thrive in your long-term relationships and improve yourself along the damn way. This is the family table, and today we're going to be talking about dating apps.
I can't lie, I sounded so dry. My name is Don. Yo, listen, we're back.
Oh, we're back in effect.
Yeah.
So just quickly tell the people how you're doing after your accident. Just a quick thing.
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
Next.
Okay, let's go. Dating apps.
Yeah. If people want to know, like, ask me, innit? Like, this is not the time or the place, is it? But yeah, we'll catch up. Or we could do an episode on it, but yeah.
Fair enough. So we'll talk about dating apps.
Yeah.
So as of May 2022, there are over 300 million people using apps worldwide. So they are a part of modern day life, innit?
100%.
And if you're going to have a long-term relationship, you have to go through the dating phase. So,
I mean, now. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought you were about to say you have to go through dating apps, innit?
No. You have to go through.
Gung-ho yourself. No, yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, you have to go through the dating stage. So, we thought it'd be a good idea to start here at that dating bit, innit? So, just generally, what are your views on dating apps, my brother?
For me, no-go area, bro. Red zone.
Beep.
Yeah.
That's a red zone.
Yeah, red zone. I mean, do you want me to get into it now?
Yeah.
Okay, I
this.
suppose for me personally, the problem that I have is I'm very selective and I'm widening my pool to be selective. It doesn't make sense, innit? So it's basically, imagine you want a Malteser, but the Malteser is in a whole tub full of Skittles. Now, I'm trying to find a Malteser with bare Skittles. Do you see what I'm saying? It doesn't really make sense, innit? So I'm putting myself into a pool that doesn't really serve me for the person that I am in it. So I think it works for some people. I think they said like 10% of people in America had successful dating experiences, whatever that means.
What does that mean?
Yeah, exactly. But like, like people like nice dates, innit? Like when Instagram culture, bring out your phone, selfie, film your whole food for 10 seconds, add a nice effect, that kind of thing, innit? But for me personally, it's not a thing. And also, I feel like I'm always anxious of being judged, innit? I've always been like that, innit? So, I wouldn't want to put something out online and everybody's just pulling up man's profile. Yeah, well, no, stop it.
Like a meat show.
Yeah. That's what I feel like it is, isn't it? Like, you see my face, then you swipe, then you thing, and then the people who know you are like, oh, look, guess who I found on the dating app? You know what I'm saying? No, I ain't got no time for that. Yeah.
Imagine that, like, two women in their bedroom, like, oh, what do you think of this one?
Yeah, no, come on, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they do it anyway,
yeah.
Because it comes from the generation.
Bro, they do it on Instagram as well.
Of course, so.
So just some benefits, because I do think that a lot of people tend to think about the bad things because they are copious. But
mad.
But there was a study in Switzerland, and it found the two things that I found interesting is, one, women on dating apps tend to be more interested in marriage and having a family than those offline.
Okay.
And couples who met on dating apps were as satisfied as people in relationships that met through other means.
Okay, glad you clarified that.
Yeah. So
I was about as satisfied for... Huh?
Yeah, so boom. Those were the two main things that I thought were interesting, especially women on dating apps were more interested in marriage.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's because...
But did they get it though? That's what the real question is, isn't it? Like everybody's doing this, successful dating experience. Oh, they're more interested in marriage. Do they get it? Do they get married? What is the percentage of people? And I think that's one of the things that's harder to find when I was doing my research anyway. It's harder to find. Do they actually get married? When you're talking about success rate, what are we talking about? Are we talking about the people who've been in a long-term relationship? Like, is that considered a year? Is it considered 5 years? Did they get to the marriage stage? Did they get engaged? Like, what are we talking about here? But, I think everyone grows off their own experience.
Yeah. So I have a few apps that I wanted to run by you and get your views, because they're actually quite different than you would expect an app to be.
Okay.
Because everyone thinks about Tinder and all of these gross trolls just swapping bodily fluids.
Yeah, it's a bit wild.
Yeah. So
from what I've heard in it, but some people love that. Do you know what I'm saying?
No offense to the trolls. So let's get into it. There's an app called S'mores, which is a really stupid way of saying something more. So they've tried to be clever.
All right, you see that? Yeah, we're just Xing that out from now, innit? Yeah, that, I don't know, innit? That's like a bad dad joke. That's not even like, people laugh at dad jokes. That's just weird, like.
So it's centered around meaningful dating, yeah? Mm-hmm. And so it's trying to combat the superficial nature of dating apps, because usually what happens is dating apps organize themselves so that if you're super wealthy and ugly, you can still bag women from a man's perspective. Yeah. And if you're incredibly good looking, you bag women.
I feel like if you're any of those things, you should just be able to talk to a woman. But anyway.
Yeah. But it's like online shopping, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose.
So basically what happens is when you first interact with somebody on S'mores, they have their pictures blurred.
Oh, mad.
Yeah. Okay. And the more that you talk to this person, the clearer their pictures become.
Okay. I can see why that will work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see why that. Look at me cussing the company before. I can see why that would work, because a lot of people are anxious around the picture. Do you get what I'm saying? So around, it's not even just like the picture, like I don't look good. It's the anonymity that, and the security. So that provides that, because the person actually has to engage with you. But it'd be interesting to see like how much engagement you need before you get a clear picture in it, and like what it looks like. Is it just me blurred? Is it pixelated? Can people make out that it's me? Because you might just be talking to a troll, innit?
Yeah, I think at the beginning it's proper clouded, so you can't see anything. And the more messages you swap, then, because obviously they want to encourage building a relationship.
Okay.
But I can expect some people to be pissed.
Bro,
because imagine you've been talking to somebody for a week.
Yeah.
Because this doesn't discount the very important factor that appearance does matter.
Yeah.
If you're a troll...
Do you know, I reckon people just exchange numbers. They must do, bro. Like, they must just exchange numbers and start talking on different platforms. That's a good idea. That's going to kill some people, do you know what I'm saying? To not know who they're talking to. I mean, that potentially for a lot of people, they could see that as a waste of time, innit? But there are like social experiments that's been done in it, like Love is Blind, and that by Nick, I think that's what it's called, by Nick Lachey, in it on Netflix, in it, where everyone's in a pod in it, and you start talking to them, you have no idea what they look like in it, and then the person that you build a bond with, the person gets to propose to you in it, and then you have to decide whether you're going to marry that person or not.
People are too fast.
Yep, American culture, bro. Yeah. And then after that, you date them, innit? So after you've decided whether you marry them, that's when you start dating them. They meet your family, you meet their family, innit? And then by the time you get to the altar, you decide whether you want to marry that person or not. That's a synopsis, innit? So yeah, it has been done. People are trialing this method, innit? Of, I worry about the heart. What's in the person's body,
Yeah.
I don't really care about the person's looks. We go see the date.
Yeah. I'm very interested to see how many attractive people use this site.
Okay.
Because it takes away their killer thing.
No, they're not. They're on Tinder getting wrecked. No.
Yeah, because the thing is, a lot of... Can you imagine somebody who's insanely attractive having to write... because obviously you're going to position yourself with different women. Yeah. So imagine having 5 week-long conversations with different people.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying, innit? When I was talking about like the Malteser and the Skittles. Like, if you're looking for an attractive person and that's not what you're getting, then you're potentially wasting so much time, innit? Because you already kind of know what you want. So let's say that you see like someone who you think is insanely attractive opposite the street, and you've got the confidence to talk to them. that's you just narrowing down the percentage. That's 1-on-1. I like her. She likes me, from what I can see. We're going to have a conversation. She'll either tell me to back off or she won't. Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, I don't do that street stuff, innit? I prefer to just...
Yo, babes!
Yo, babes! Yeah. But yeah, I don't do that, innit? So I just tend to, like, if we've got a friendship group or something like that. So it doesn't really work for me, innit? But that, why would you... You're multiplying the situation, innit? It makes it mad complicated. Yeah, because you're looking for looks. So just you know you've got an idea. I think social, dating apps, I think work best with people who have no idea what they want.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Let us know if you agree with Don. That is a saucy point.
Because then you don't mind wading through the water. But if you know what you want, bro, like what you
It's hard. It's like finding a needle in a haystack.
Exactly.
But then you've got sites like eHarmony.
Yeah.
So they go, all right, let's do that next, innit? eHarmony is one of them because they have this 20-minute questionnaire that people have to sit through.
No, come on, man. See, what is all of this, bro?
So you're talking about
finding a partner. You're not trying to do a job interview.
But you're talking about trying to find a needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
So what they want to do is they want to compile a massive amount of information about you and what you're looking for, and then try to match you with the person who's... So then you don't get a needle in a haystack. You get a needle in some more needles, in some more needles, in some more needles, and some more needles.
Yeah, but that's what half of the problem is. Because what if you get all these needles, but they're not actually still matching? Because like the thing is, everybody has specific things in it. Like we're human beings in it. Like I might find a girl like insanely attractive. You may not. Yeah. So I'm giving you all this information, and you think you understand me, but you may not. Do you see what I'm saying? And then do you remember last time we were speaking about Johari's window? Like me and you, innit? And the stuff that you don't even know about yourself, innit? So all this writing may not mean nothing. Like I've spoken to people and been like, nah, off the bat. Do you get what I'm saying? And then I've also been like, And then I've also been like a guy who's had lonely hours and be like, should I change my mind on this? And mainly I stick to my point, innit? But we've all had that, innit? Where we have a change of mind, innit? Like the amount of people who are friends and they're like, we definitely shouldn't date because we're friends, innit? And we've got the same social groups. And then suddenly they end up dating, innit? Yeah, like, so what? They wouldn't choose that person. When you pull it down on paper, what they say that they want and what they actually get are two different things.
Yeah. I think that's one of the big things about human beings is that they have this idea that they know exactly what they want. But they don't. Most people don't until it walks in front of them and presents itself and they're like, well, would you look at that?
Yeah.
You know, so...
It's not an exact science, people.
Okay, so the last one I want to talk about is kindred.
Okay.
And this is for people who either don't want children or can't have children.
Okay.
So it's an app. So if you don't want kids, because it's a massive thing that people don't talk about.
Yeah.
You know?
And that one, you see, this is the difference, between Apple and Samsung. No, joking.
Let's get into techno wars.
No. But what I'm saying is, like, this is the difference between somebody who does something that actually makes sense and is innovative, and they understand the market that they're putting forward to.
It's very niche, isn't it?
That is a massive thing, and sometimes people don't want to talk about it.
Yeah,
they don't want to reason that they're not going to have kids. They just want to meet somebody who understands that they're not willing to have kids, isn't it? And yeah, I can't fault something like that. So I can't. But anyway,
you know what? I have one fault in it.
Okay.
I feel like this app might be a breeding ground for men who don't have any commitment. And see, commitment is different from not wanting a child.
They're saying Tinder 2.0.
Hey, I don't know, innit? Like, it would be interesting. Listen, if you're out there and you've used Kindred app, let us know in the comments what you thought about it. But for me, just if I'm thinking about anything as a counter argument, it would be that loads of guys see women that don't want kids and feel like, yo, that's fling type material. And so they just want to clap and dash.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the potential for that is rife, innit? And I think sometimes we speak about men being like that, but there's women like that as well. And I don't understand why you lot just don't all like go to, what's that place called? Hedonism and live your best lives in it all together.
Oh, that place in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Let's not speak on that.
But yeah, like I don't understand why these people just don't link up. I've always had this thing. I'm like, why it's like you find a Christian girl, but you're not a Christian, but that's the person that you want to sleep with. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but why didn't you? Like, I can't help it. I'm like, bro, like, there's other, like, we are outnumbered as men. There's females who just want to sleep around. Just find them, innit? Stop looking at somebody else's wife.
It's hard to find, but I think a lot of it is ownership issue as well.
Okay, you think that people don't want to admit it?
Yeah, because people, look, there's very few guys out there who don't mind their missus cheeks getting smashed in by another dude.
Huh?
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm not talking about being your missus. Like, you gotta let that one go. Like, bro, listen, we all have pros and cons, innit? Like, you have a full beard, I don't have a full beard. My beard's not connecting. But doesn't mean that I can't find. Yeah, bro. Like, it doesn't mean that I can't find opportunity in life. I can find opportunity with my straggly beard. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The goatee's connecting though.
Yeah, the goatee is strong still.
Yeah, for
but
real.
but yeah, so you know, I don't understand why people don't understand that you're gonna have to give up something. You just are, innit? You're 10 out of 10 who cooks and cleans, who listens to your every command and makes you feel like a man and all the rest of it. She may not be able to look after kids. She may not be able to have kids. Do you know what I'm saying? You got to live with that. You know, it's that 80-20 rule, isn't it?
Yeah. So here's some things that you might want to bear in mind if you're going to use apps. Yeah, because I think it's important we give that. So it's not for the weak-hearted. If you got a paper heart, and a fragile ego, don't go on these apps unless you are outstanding looking like me. No, I'm joking.
That's like me.
You know, because men overpopulate these apps. The women will tell you, these men are ravenous. You know, and so there's a lot of competition, and usually it organizes itself like society does. 1% of the population of apps gets most of the girls. You know, you're either very rich, so you can hide your ugliness by just buying loads of gifts, or 2, you're very, very good looking, and so you get a lot of profile interaction, therefore you get a lot of dates, and you can choose because you look at your inbox and you're like, oh, yo, Samantha's got the breasts, but you know, Jessica got the, listen. And you get to make a choice. Yeah, whereas other guys go and their inbox is all barren, you know,
wow.
And they're like, oh, these apps are toxic.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm
but
saying?
you know what? Yeah, some good looking, attractive people got no game.
Yeah, but you have to go on a date to see that.
Yeah.
And then you
can tell that from messages.
Bro, sometimes. But you know what? It's mad because I've seen like, what's that thing that Philly and Chunks do?
Oh,
if the shoe fits.
Yeah, if the shoe fits.
Bro, I've seen some guys, dead. They're dead. They can't talk to women, but they're good looking men. And so what happens? Yeah. They just talk. Like, one brother was doing push-ups.
Yeah.
What?
I think it was Jack.
Bro, come on.
No,
and the only reason she did it is because she found
him attractive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Imagine you was on a date and you told a girl, like, raw, do push-ups.
Yeah.
I mean, me, I'm gorgeous. They'll do it.
Hey, Sammy.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, if somebody told you to do that at a date, unless they were good looking, and you wouldn't, and you'll phone your girl like, he just told me to do push-ups.
Do you know what I realized? Man. Everything is permissible, when a girl likes you. Innit?
See, that's what I'm saying.
It just is what it is. I wish it wasn't that way, innit? I wish I could tell the man them something inspiring. If the girl don't like you, there's nothing that you can do in it.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna get more FaceTime. You're not gonna get interaction. If the girl likes you, boy, it is what it is, isn't it? Like,
yeah. So the second point is that some people are disgusting, filthy liars. You know, they're trolls.
Very true.
They're gremlins, but their pictures make them look like a delicioso.
Yeah, but hey, listen.
And so you interact with that person thinking that that's who you're talking to. Then they pull up. And you got to start walking the other way.
Hey, listen, I do Photoshop tutorials. And I played. But I can't lie, some people, like, you just learn how to shape light and your contours on point. And like, I remember, I think I said this before in a podcast. I remember sitting on a bus. I'll do this quickly, innit? But I remember sitting on a bus and a guy was like to his brethren, oh, you know any models? And his brethren was like, nah, I mean, I'll shout this person, I'll shout that person, but why don't you just go via agencies? Like, you know what the agency's saying. You see the girl, you're like, yeah, you book the girl, you pay the money, she turn up. It's not the same person.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's always that chance, isn't it?
And so what I would say is Google has this thing where you can save somebody's picture and reverse search it to see if it comes up on any other profiles.
Oh,
so if you suspect that somebody's not who they say they are, you can use that tool.
I feel like that's helpful, but I feel like that's just way too much.
Yeah, but I'm saying, and another option is to request video calls.
Yeah, very true.
You know, and if they're always shrouded in darkness like Bane, then you know, or like they always make up excuses about why they can't be seen on video.
Yeah.
You know that you're dealing with one of these gutter trolls. Get rid of them.
Yeah, well, it says they live in Windsor, innit, and they actually live in Abuja, Nigeria. You might want to just...
Hey, it's just an example. We ain't saying nothing about our Nigerian brothers. You know what I'm saying? And also, it can be a gateway to the manosphere. I know that technically me and you are in the manosphere because we're men talking about relationships and stuff like that. But there's weird guys out there. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, no, fact.
So, pick up artists who I despise, innit? I really do. It's like, man. You know why? Because I'm always in it for the
longevity.
Yeah. That's a fantastic way to put it. Is that how you seeing me there? But, yeah, I can't stand them, innit? Like, I feel like they sell like a falsehood. And then there's obviously they tend to be women haters. You know, I don't take women haters seriously.
But I'm like, this is where me and you kind of differ because I love longevity, innit?
Are you a woman hater? No, I'm joking. No. That's what the BBC do, you know? I'm not even going to lie. It's like, well, I have a different sense. Oh, does that mean you're a misogynist? You know?
Do you know what it is? I just think to myself, there's gal who are, you know, they love man. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the way that they are. They love man, innit? And there's guys who love gal. And if you get spun, you get spun. Like, this is life, innit? Like, I do understand it. I hear what you're saying. Nobody likes to get spun, innit? Girls, I've spoken to bare girls, do you know what I'm saying? Crying in their pillows. Spoken to man, them like, oh, man didn't even like her anyway. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. And the guy's going ham. And you're just like, rah, bro, calm down, innit? And no brethren wants to be in that situation, consoling, you know. But I feel like we wouldn't get to the point of elation of when we get married, when we propose, if you don't go through
some of it,
or you don't know that it exists.
Yeah.
If everything was like perfect harmony, the family guy, you meet your person, you settle down, what people be cheating all over the place, man.
Yeah, no.
Humans are just warped. Like every time I think about like how humans behave, it's like, oh yeah, I need a holiday. Why is it never hot in London? Then you 23 degrees, 24 degrees, which to me ain't even that hot in it. Like 25 degrees. And then people are like, I'm burning up. Somebody save me.
It's like I'm in hell.
Yeah, exactly. Who requested hell? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's like, bro, like, come on. It's like, you can't please people, innit? So we always want to know what's on the other side, innit? Like, people want to know if there's a world outside the world, innit? Can you live in space? Just weird people, man.
So that brings me very nicely onto my next point, innit? Which is, these dating apps can lead to what's something called the paradox of choice, which is basically where an abundance of options makes it harder to make a decision because you're never truly happy with your decision because you always think, is there a better one that I haven't discovered yet?
Yeah.
And life is not like Pokemon, my people, innit?
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to make your decision and deal with the decision that you've made.
No, it's true. And I think that's the part that many humans find so frustrating.
Yeah.
You know, especially, I don't want to say especially guys, innit? But especially when you look good and people know you look good. And the universe has this wild way, or God, or whoever you believe in or whatever, has this wild way. I don't believe God allows it, but anyway. It has this wild way of once you settle down and pick your person, then everybody wants to come out the woodwork like, hi, I was really interested in you, you know. You didn't say nothing. Like, all this time I was single, innit? Then you get the girls with the curves and everything. You're like,
they're testing your commitment, bro.
Yeah.
Like, they're testing your commitment. Like, you said you wanted to be a committed person.
Yeah, of course.
You see me? I live for that.
But for somebody who's ruled by the paradox of decision, they're
crumbling.
Anxious. Yeah,
they're crumbling.
Like a roadman that's come off the road, innit? They're looking over their shoulder. You know what I'm saying? And there's like, then they ring up all their brethren. It's like, what do you think, bro? What do you think? Like, usually the indecisive ones, innit? Because they've always got what they want in life, innit?
Yeah. So let's get into some of the listener comments, because we obviously put this on Instagram at the Family Podcast if you're interested. And so one person said, people just don't know how to navigate or use these apps. It's really sad now how grown ass folk behave. So learn how to use the damn apps. Use them remember, they're a tool for finding your person, innit? Don't let them run you ragged by saying, what about this person? What about this person? Know what you're looking for and proceed accordingly.
I feel like we're in a crazy time anyway. You know, you got Matt Hancock, do you get what I'm saying? Doing his madness. You got Boris breaking COVID rules. Do you know what I'm saying? You got Ukraine and Russia. You got a petrol crisis. You know, like, I just feel like the times are wild, innit?
Yeah.
The times are rife, innit? So I don't think that there's any stand up. You know what I'm saying? Long gone are the days of like the Rosa Parks who used to be like,
they're out, bro. They're out
there,
they're
but
out
they're
there.
just shrouded in.
Yeah. You got to put in somewhere to find them, man.
Yeah,
a second person said, burn them all to the ground.
Huh?
Yeah, so they're not.
No,
feeling,
come on, man. Some people,
they're not feeling apps.
Some people's whole marriage is based off that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No.
Man said, burn them all to the ground. You better hope one of your aunties didn't use a dating app.
Hey, Thanos.
Yeah, bro.
God.
Destroy.
And then someone said it's a bargain bucket place where you put your hand in and hope for the best.
I could agree with that still. I haven't used dating apps, but I could agree with that's what it sounds like to me, innit?
Yeah.
And everybody knows I'm a fire person, so if man's getting rest, then it's a bit wild, innit? Yeah. So, you know, if you're not sure if you know what you want, as I said in the beginning, it's gonna be techie for you.
Yeah, no, I hear that. So, some of my closing thoughts in it is this: apps are now part of life, innit?
Yep.
We use them to find partners, innit? I say we. I'm not like you. I don't use them. I never have, and I never will.
Man said, Sammy is on some Zeus complex right now, boy.
No, but I do understand that some men who use apps, they find it deeply frustrating because they're not in that, you know, extremely rich, extremely good looking category. And to those people, I want to say, don't forget that you can go out in it and grab some friends, dress up, have an occasion of it. And then at least if you don't meet anybody, you can have a good night with your friends.
Yeah, that's true.
And remember that, like, it's not Disney. So you will still get rejected going into the world and doing that, but you're going to learn some skills. You're going to learn, hopefully, how to change your behaviors, how to approach women with some class and decorum, not like a stupid pickup artist, innit? Who's like, okay, first I'm going to neg and then I'm going to hit her with the peacock. You sound ridiculous, bro. And this is grown men who believe it. Anyway, that's a story for another podcast, innit? Like, me and them, like, we're not the same. Yeah. We're not the same people, innit? Me, I'm a stallion rider. Them man are donkey, man. You get me? You know what I'm saying? But if you struggle with friends, innit, like, we have an episode 90 that you can check out, called "Would Your Friends Save You?" and that's gives you some tips on how you can make friends. So check that out. I think we'll leave one of them thumbnails or whatever, like, so people can click on that if they want to do that. But yeah, just work on yourself, work on being an attractive partner. You know, instead of expecting somebody to just come scoop you up, learn how to be debonair, like Mr. Zara. You know, learn how.
No, today I'm looking Mr. Primark still, but
you know, so work on yourself. Have an inkling of what you want in a partner, and like I say, supplement your app work with actual in the field dating, going out to wine bars. Don't go to clubs. They stink of piss and armpit sweat and pum odor. You know?
Man said pum odor.
Hey, listen.
Wow.
So, you know, go to club. I mean, okay, if you're, depends on who's listening, yeah? If
and the
you're,
age range, innit?
Yeah. If you're my age, 35, plus,
yeah,
wine bars, we don't want to see out here with these young brothers in it. You know what I'm saying? So that's my views. Don, do you have any closing thoughts?
My closing thoughts would just be like, stay true to who you are, innit? These dating apps can often be a breeding ground, innit, for just sex, innit? Like, you just want sex all the time, innit? People can get lost in that cycle, innit? Then you find out you just been sexing girls for like 5 years. Like, come on, bro. Like,
no meaningful
no meaningful relationships. Bad girls who want to key your car, changing numbers all the time. Do you know what I'm saying? If that's your thing, innit, then that's your thing, innit?
Dodging I'm late texts.
Yeah, I'm not. Wait, what? Yeah, like, I don't advocate for that. I'm not that type of guy. You know, this is the ultimate family show, innit? So we do it for the family, innit?
Hey, for real.
But yeah, I would just say stay true to who you are, innit? Sometimes that's not necessarily the way. As Sammy said, always do your work in the field, because a photographer who just watches YouTube videos but never takes any pictures is not really a photographer. Same way, someone who's always on dating apps and can get bare gal who want to go on a date with them and they never actually end up going on a date. Do you know what I'm saying?
Or being in a relationship.
You're not actually dating, innit? You weird sci-fi guys linking girls from America and you ain't never met them and all the rest of it. Wild things, innit? But if that's your bag, actually, nah, bun that. Still, so yeah, that'll be my because I think that stuff is weird, isn't it? How can you have a partner that you ain't never met?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I was doing that when I was like 13 years old or something. Like, do you know, 10 years old, isn't it? Where like you had the internet and someone was talking like, ooh.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, ultimately a relationship blossoms because two people enjoy each other's company and make a commitment to building something with them.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And as much as banter we've had, who's to say that it can't happen in apps, innit? Just be on your P's and Q's. I hope this has helped. If you're listening to the audio version, share it with a friend. Because if a friend heard all this goodness, you'd want them to send it to you, right? So go ahead, do it, innit? And if you're on YouTube and you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, like button. And if you're feeling, particularly generous, then share it too. Next week, we'll be talking about should men leave a relationship if they're no longer in love with their partner.
That's crazy.
So tune in for that one. Take care of yourselves. My name's Sammy.
My name is Don.
And we've been the family.
Bow.